We at Tavern on Cruise have got a couple tips and tricks for you about how to save a ton of money while drinking better and better wine at home. Here's the first one. Like a lot of people, you probably spend increasingly more on bottles of wine, hoping that what's in more expensive bottles is more enjoyable than what was in less expensive ones. And like most people, you probably pour that wine into elegant glassware that looks killer on your dining table or floating around your cocktail party, or perhaps is simply break resistant in the bathtub. 80% of what you taste actually comes from smell. As you look at a glass of wine, you see wine at the bottom and air at the top, but that's an illusion. All the different things that we love about the taste of wine, the aromatics, are floating above the wine in the glass. Each component of wine's aromatics has a different molecular weight, and therefore the aromatics settle into layers inside of a wine glass: alcohol, minerality, fruit, and floral. On the left you have a Cabernet glass, and on the right you have a Pinot Noir glass. If you put your big, luscious, fruit-forward Cabernet into the Pinot glass on the right, you're going to be disappointed. Because it is wider at the bottom than at the top, it will exaggerate the already high alcohol, making your cab seem gasoline-y, and this glass will also bring out all the minerality, the dirty elements, while diminishing fruit and floral by the way it tapers at the top. If you put Pinot Noir into a Cabernet glass at left, you will lose the balance between its delicate fruit and the critical mineral complexity that gives Pinot Noir its value and enjoyment. Something else to consider is that different glasses deliver the wine differently to your mouth. A Chardonnay glass, yes, that is a Chardonnay glass, fits completely over your nose and dumps a pool of wine onto the back of your tongue, where you taste all the sultry flavors you love about Chardonnay. A Riesling glass, by contrast, hits you in the nose and forces sweet wine onto the very tip of your tongue, the only place in your mouth where you taste sweetness. If you're using a traditional white wine glass to drink your Chardonnay, you have no idea what you're missing because you're dumping acid and alcohol onto your sweetness receptors. It doesn't matter how much you spend on Chardonnay. If you deliver it to the tip of your tongue, you're either getting 25% of the enjoyment or you've spent 4 times too much for the bottle, depending on how you're looking at it. Once my first restaurant, Uptown Billiards, had been up and running for a dozen years, I spent 6 years moonlighting as the commission-only Caribbean sales rep for Riedel wine glasses, traveling from island to island, hosting dinners, tasting, and events that demonstrate what I'm explaining here. As a commission-only guy, if what I'm preaching here wasn't true, the jig would have been up very quickly. At Tavern, we have all sorts of wine glasses on hand, not because it's pretentious or looks cool, but because it saves us money. It saves us money because we know that every time you take a sip of wine, whether it's one of our wines by the glass or it's a 4-digit Bordeaux by the bottle, your first thought is going to be, it's worth it. Now, I don't work for Riedel any longer, and I have no objective in doing this video other than to make a new wine friend out of you. If you and some friends want to get together and experiment, play mad scientist here at Tavern, just send me an email, kent@tavernoncruise.com, and I'll set aside some time to demonstrate different wines in different glasses. That kind of thing is fun to me. That's it. Have a good day, and we'll be back in the next week or so with another money-saving tip.